So now let's learn how to sum up and get the maximum number, or who has the highest percentage per game. So to do that, we're going to write equals. Again, you always want to write equal because equals is a function that turns on. Equals is what you always want to write in the formula to activate a formula, right? And you always want to write the equal in the formula bar, right? So I'm writing it in the cell, which works, but you always want to select the cell you want, go to the formula bar, and write equal, okay? So to get the highest possible number for points per game, okay, based on each player, I would write equals max, okay? And I'm going to highlight all of the points per game, and only the maximum or the highest number or points per game is going to show up in 32.5. And who is that? It's Steph Curry, right? And you can see that he has the highest points per game based on this data that I have here. And if I want to get the highest rebounds per game, average points per game, I can actually simply fill handle all the way down, right? And it does the same exact thing with my formula, right? And when you double click on it, you will notice that it's going to show you the formula, and it's going to show you exactly the cells that is being summed up. That is known as the range finder, right? So the range is E3 to E10. So I can see the range that is being utilized here for the cell. Now let's do average. How do I get the average points per game, rebounds per game, average points per game, right? It kind of sounds like a tongue twister. I would simply, again, go to my formula bar, write equals. Then I'm going to write average. And I'm going to fill handle from points per game, press enter, and I will get the average number or average points per game. And I can once again fill handle all the way down, and I will get the average points per game. And if you have too many decimal points and you don't want them, you can actually just make sure you have home selected, hover over under the number sign where you see the decimal. So if you hover over, it says increase decimal, and over here it says decrease. So if I click on it, I can remove the decimal places and leave 1 or 2, right? And if you obviously increase or decrease the decimal, what Excel will do is it will round the number to the nearest thousands, tenths, or hundred thousands, depending on what you have. All right, so in our case, it's going to take 23 rounded to 24. 5 would become 6. 21 would be 21.2 because 3 you don't really round up, okay? So if I remove it, right, it rounds it up. But if I add the decimals, it keeps it to the nearest decimal point. So remember that when you're doing your sheets. And as we get deeper into the course, the cents and the percent, the point does matter drastically. And I'll talk about what that is. Again, to get the minimum or the lowest number, same philosophy. I would write equals min, right? And I would highlight the numbers I'm looking to get the minimum result for, right? And if I fill handle, once again, you will notice that the lowest number here is 12.5, 1.8, and 8.5. So let's see, 12.5, yep, JR. 1.8, who has that? Yep, Kyrie Irving. 8.5, average points per game. Again, it's JR, right? So these are some pretty cool and nifty things that you can kind of do in your spreadsheet, okay? So I just showed you how to kind of enter formulas. I introduced you to formulas, and I showed you how to enter formulas using the point mode, simply by using your mouse to click, and simply how to enter them using your keyboard by clicking on the cell, putting the equal sign, and specifying the formula that you would like to use, right? So that is how you apply the sum, average, max, and min functions in Excel, right? It's a pretty cool basic formulas that everyone should know when using Excel, because believe it or not, these formulas are used a lot throughout Excel, and in order to continue on to the next portion of the course, you definitely need to have a good understanding of applying the sum, average, max, and min function, because we're going to build on that a lot for the course, right? So now that we just did all that, let's actually learn how to verify the formulas. Again, if you want to verify the formulas, you could simply click on them, and you'll see C3 through C10, right? If you click back on, this section here, you'll see D3 through D11, okay? E3 through E11, right? However, let's say a mistake was made, right? How can I tell the mistake that I made and what it is, okay? So another way you can verify your formula is by holding or pressing Control tilde, okay? So Control tilde will actually show you exactly what formula you have in each cell or in each row is, okay? If you don't know what Control tilde is, let me actually write it here, okay? So tilde is CTRL plus this little squiggly guy here that you see that I created, okay? So that is tilde, right? Pretty cool name to have. Usually confuses most people. If you've never heard of it, don't feel bad. I didn't either, okay? So tilde is actually literally this little thing here that I just kind of wrote, right? So this is tilde. This is tilde, little squiggly bracket, okay? So that is tilde, all right? So to get or to review your formulas, okay? Equals review formula. Okay, so to review your formulas, literally all you have to do is press Control tilde and you will be able to review your formulas. So I'll do it again, Control tilde. Okay, why is this useful? Let's say, I'm not getting the exact sum that I wanted. I can actually press Control tilde and check to see which formula did I use to get the answer that I got to verify, right? So Control tilde will show me that. Once you've written Control tilde, let's say you're like, oh, I want to go back, just press Control tilde again, and you go back again. Tilde is simply this little bracket here that you have, which is usually right above your tab sign and under the escape sign, okay? So that is how you can verify your formula using what's known as the range finder.